currently I am on Windows platform and I am using R version 2.15.1. So I have this program on my system. So I launch it right now in front of you. So this is my R console where I can punch in my R commands. And just a minute. And these are all the options available in R. So file, edit, view, miscellaneous packages, window. So you won't be using all of them, but you will come to know about all these options as we move ahead with this class. So let me tell you that R basically has works on libraries, or we call them packages as well. So currently there are 7,000 odd packages available in R, which are being contributed by statistical programmer community across the world. So this repository of packages keeps on increasing, is rapidly increasing with time. So for most of the utilities, you will definitely going to get one thing or the other in R. For very complex problems, for very simple problems, you are going to get one thing or the other in R, because it's a wide, it has wide repository of functions available in this package, in these packages. To be able to download the package, you actually need to connect to a CRAN mirror. So CRAN is basically comprehensive R network, comprehensive R archive network. So usually in most of the cases I connect to CRAN mirror called USA CA1. So let me just tell you, if you go in packages, you select set CRAN mirror, you will find a list of mirrors. So I here connect to USA CA1 and do OK. Now once I have connected to USA CA1, I will be able to download packages which are available in this CRAN mirror. And USA CA1 is the largest repository of packages. So most of the things I will be able to locate in this mirror itself. I need not to go to any other mirror. So let me show you how libraries look like in R. So if I have to install a library, so I will go in packages and then install packages. So library and packages, I am using the word interchangeably, both mean the same. So these are packages available in R. So if I want to install a package, I simply have to click on the name of the package. Like I want to install, first of all, I need to know the significance of package. So package is basically, you can say like in your PL SQL, since most of you are in PL SQL. So package is what? Package is basically collection of PL SQL procedures. So here also package is basically a collection of our functions. Some of the functions will be available in package 1. Some of the functions will be available in package 2. So based on their significance, the packages have been designed. Based on the significance and the objectives of function, the packages have been designed. So suppose I want to install this package called A3. I simply select the package, click OK. Now it is going to connect to the CRAN site, this site CRAN CRN Berkeley, and it's going to install your package. So this was just to show you how to actually install package, but currently we will be programming on the default packages available with R, because today we are going to do very basic kind of programming. where we actually deal with some numerical mathematical operators. So we will be using R as the calculator to start with. Okay, so if I have to do, if I, okay, yeah, you might, Shrikant, you might be, see, there's some of the firewalls, if you are on a network, there might be firewall restriction to the site through which you are actually downloading the package. So we need to figure that out. So we can actually take this up after this session. Currently, we don't actually need to download now download a package. Let's move ahead with this session, and once this is over, we will fix it for you. So suppose I were to do a mathematical operation 1 plus 2. So I simply punch in 1 plus 2 here, if you see at the bottom of the screen. And as I press enter, I get my results. Likewise, if I have to do 1 in, say, 9 into 10, I punch in here, I get the result. 9 divided by 10. I punch in results, I punch in the command and I get the results here. So this is very basic use of R, where we can use R as the calculator. So this is just to give you a feel that it is kind of command line interface like you have in your Unix. You simply enter operators over here and you are going to get results. So it is a very interactive kind of environment. But later it can scale into big programs where you actually have a bunch of commands executed in one group. Create a variable called A. So this more than and hyphen sign is used for assignment. So if I do A, so it is basically less than sign for A less than hyphen sign 2. So I assign a value of 2 to this variable A. Now if I want to see value of A, if I punch in A, I see I get 2 over here. So this is the way to create a variable in R. I can also, in some operator, I can also do this A equal to 2. So in this editor, A equal to operator also works. So there are two ways for assignment. Either you can use this operator or you can use this operator. Okay, so I actually go with this. I have created a variable A with value 2. So this is basically, we called these variables as R objects, or I would be actually using a term called vector most frequently. So this is a vector with only one element. So I can even call it scalar. So once we move ahead with vector with multiple elements, I will be able to show you difference between vector and scalar. But for right now, let's call it a variable. And I now create another variable called B, which has say value 10. And I want to do a mathematical, I want to add A with B, A to B, and I want to store results in a variable called C. So I do C less than hyphen A plus B. Now the results are stored in C, and I now want to see the values of C. I punch in C over here and I get the result. So this is quite simple. I hope everyone is able to grasp this. You can punch in your queries if you have in the chat window. Okay. Now, if you see over here that as I am punching the commands, I am getting the results simultaneously, and if I want to use the script later on, I won't be able to use. Okay. So, okay, Aparna has asked one question: is there a concept of global or local variables? So, Aparna, currently we are not creating any function. So, right now everything is global. Once we get into function, which will be on the last day's class, where we will be exploring functions. So, there we will see global and local. So, if I want to have a reusable script, what I can do, I can actually file and then new script. Now let me place these windows side by side. Just a minute here. So anything I type in here and I want to execute in the console, I will press, just a minute, I need to press Control plus R. So suppose I want to do, again, let's do, I want to create a vector called A with the value, say 100. So I select A less than equal to less than hyphen 100, and then I select this line and do Control plus R. So you will see that the command here is executed in the console here. So basically, Sarvanan, for you, I am telling you how to open the new editor. If you go in File, you need to click on New Script. So this is going to open a new R editor. Now I do B less than equal to 2. I select this line and do Control plus R. So it's executed over here, if you see. So Control plus R is nothing but a copy from here and paste to here. If you check your clipboard, the latest value in your clipboard would be B hyphen sorry B less than hyphen 2. So Control plus R is a shortcut for Control C and Control V and nothing else. Now I do C A divided by B. I select this line and do Control plus R. You see this line is executed over here. Now when I punch in C, I get my results 50 over here. So Srinivasan, yes, as per my knowledge, definitely we have an R package which actually connects to your Oracle. So database connectivity with any kind of database is very much possible in R. And yes, you can create your customized package because lot of people around the world have been creating it. Though I don't really know how to do it, but I am going to come back to you with this in subsequent classes and see if we can and tell you how actually you can go about creating the package. So I hope this is clear to everyone. So currently I have created variables A, B, C. A is actually having a constant value, B is again having a constant value, and C is actually performing operations on two variables. So this was a very simple usage of R. Now I have actually created variables which actually have one value. Usually in most of the programming languages, variables have one value. If I were to create a variable with multiple values, I won't be calling it a variable, but I would be calling it a vector in R. So suppose I want to create a vector X which has three values, say 1, 2, 3. So I will be using this C function. C 1, 2, 3. Now this will be creating a vector X which has three elements The value of first element will be 1, the value of second element will be 2, and the value of third element will be 3. So I select this line and do Control plus R. The line is executed here in the console, and when I punch in X in the console, I see 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I call X as the vector. It contains multiple elements. It contains more than one element. Likewise, A is also the A which actually contains a single value 100. I can also call it a vector, but it is vector with only one element. So I can even call it scalar. Or let's simplify the terminology. I am going to call everything vector right now from now on. Okay. Now I create a vector y with value say 2, 2, 2. All the values are same. I select this line, do Control plus R. So y is created. Yes, Aparna, I will come on that. Okay. So I have created two vectors x and y. Now I want to see individual elements. I want to see first element of x. So what I will do, I will select x, and within square bracket I will pass the index, means the number of the number of element I want to see. Number as in not the count, the position of element I want to see. So if I do x1, so I want to see value of element at first position. X square bracket the index. Index is 1 for first element. So it gives me value 1 because the first element was having the value 1. If I do 2 x square bracket 2, I am going to get second element which was 2. If I do this 3, I am going to get a third element which is 3. So here actually you might get confused because the index was same as the value. So let's actually refine this x. Let me create x with some other set of values 9, 11, 13. Now if I do x1, x2, x3, you see I get 9 for first element, 11 for second element, 13 for third element. So Aparna and everyone, you see if the results are actually preceded by no sorry results actually are succeeded by this square bracket 1. So 1 actually here denotes the row. So currently we are using one dimensional array which only has one dimensional vector which only has one row, though multiple values within that row. So it 1 actually stands for the row number. So now that I have created vectors x and y, let me again create them. So now if I want to do a mathematical operation, now if I want to add x and y, so how will I go about that? I will do z less than hyphen x plus y. I select this line, run it, and I now want to see the results in z. I punch in z over here, so I get the sum of corresponding elements. So here 9 plus 2 gives me 11, 11 plus 2 gives me 13, and 13 plus 2 gives me 15. So corresponding elements are added up. Likewise, suppose I want to multiply x with y and I want to store the results in a. So if you notice, a was already created above. So okay, first let's do this. First I want to multiply x with b. So x asterisk sign y. So the multiplication of x and y is stored in a. Now if I want to see the results of a, I punch in a over here and I get the product. So 9 into 2, 18, 11 into 2, 22, 13 into 2, 26. Now if you see, earlier the value of a was 100. Now the value of a has been overwritten by x into y. So what it means? It means that only the latest value is available. So values are actually overwritten. The moment I change the value, I will be only seeing latest value. So I think that it is the same case that happens in any other programming language where only the most recent of value of a variable is available.